In just 14 weeks, I was able to help book my client, Kim Kershaw, an extra 108 calls on top of what he was already doing. Now, the approach to get this result was a bit of a mixed one. It involved some organic content, some paid ads, fixing his offer, a lead magnet, and a video sales letter. And before I go into the details on showing you how it works and breaking it all down, it's important to say this, that in 2024, social media is so saturated already. It doesn't mean you can't win. It just means that you need to figure out different ways to actually do so. So if you're just relying on things like content, if you're just relying on things like ads, if you're just relying on things like outreach or emails, you're probably not going to get as good results as if you diversify your attack and built an actual funnel that gets people from viewer to client. This video is going to be a bit different from the Corey testimonial video, but a lot of the principles are the exact same, and I know you're going to extract a ton of value from it. Make sure you subscribe for more videos like this. I'm going to be working a ton on my YouTube channel for the rest of the year. Drop a like, a comment, and let's dive in. All right, let's do this. So this is Kim Kershaw's page. I will be breaking down the 4 steps that I use to help him get the results that I talked about. The first thing that I did was I actually helped him create an ebook before we started working on the content and the ads and the VSL, because his offer wasn't honed in. Before it was just kind of like, he trains people. But when I created the ebook for him, the Dad Bod Destroyer, it honed in his offer so that the messaging was much better and he was serving a target market, right? The idea is when you niche down and you get super specific on who you're serving, it allows you to get even more specific about their problems. And the deeper you can understand somebody's problems, the easier it is to sell to them and the easier it is to create a high ticket package that solves those problems. You have to remember, people are motivated to act only when pain becomes great enough. And so if we're talking about dads, some of those big pain points are their kids don't look up to them anymore. They're not having regular intimacy with their wife. They feel like they're not able to enjoy all the things they work so hard for. I think the stat is that like 70% of adults are overweight in America, which is insane, by the way. But a lot of guys have similar mentality when it comes to getting married, having kids, and starting a family. They work really hard to get the woman, they work really hard to get the kids, they work really hard to get the job. And then once all 3 of those things are there, it's very easy for them to go, I won, take their foot off the gas, and then all of a sudden they've got a big belly. All of a sudden they feel like they can't keep up with their kids anymore. All of a sudden that fire that burned within them before isn't nearly as bright. This is something that Kim's clients struggled with like crazy, and once he figured out like, okay, this is the person that you're working with the most, this is what you are, you're a dad who's super busy and your husband, this is the target market that we're gonna help. Now, you don't need to be the person that you set out to help in your niche. It does make it easier, but it's absolutely not necessary. Like, I help trainers. I'm not a trainer, right? I look like it, but I'm not one. I've had a bunch, but I'm not one. I created this ebook so that it's really easy for him to give something for free to people to start to increase the law of reciprocity. And now he's building a list. He has something to follow up with people on, and he has something to create content around. If you can funnel people to a lead magnet, it allows you to streamline your funnel so you're not all over the place. I would have loved to make an email course for him, but we were focused on building out the entire system rather than just one piece because there were a lot of things that he wanted help with. We focused on an ebook so we have something to push people towards, and then we built out the rest of the funnel. So when you click on the link in his bio, losethatbigassdadbod.com, it sends you here. The Dad Bod Destroyer, how I lost 45 pounds in 4 months without doing any of that crash diet BS. We'll teach everything I use to help dads shed annoying belly fat with ease. Get it now. Boom. Build his email list. The next thing we did, now that we have the offer and the niche organized, is we built a content strategy. So instead of before, he was filming a lot of content of just him working out, him with his shirt off, which again, it's fine to get like some attention, but now with how saturated things are, and especially in 2024 with online trainers, that's what everybody's doing. Everybody's posting fitness videos of them working out. Everybody's posting pictures of them with their shirt off. I talk to a lot of prospects, and it would make your head spin how many people have hundreds of thousands of followers and they get massive engagement, but they don't know how to monetize their audience because they don't know how to stand out or look different from what everybody else is doing. So again, once you figure out what your niche is and what problems they're going through, that's how you position yourself as unique. Because if somebody who is in that niche comes to your page, they're gonna think, oh man, like this is made exactly for me, rather than this is just another trainer. Is he a coach? Is he just a sponsored athlete? How can we make it as clear as possible and how can we make it as apparent as possible that you are the solution for the people that you help? I help busy dads shred stubborn belly fat without sacrificing valuable family time. Get my free ebook below. So that's the content strategy. The next thing we did was we ran some light ads to his page. We ran some light follower ads to help get some new blood into his page. We ran some DM ads and we ran some retargeting ads. Now, because he needed a little bit of help with momentum in his business, I told him I needed him to send 50 DMs a day. Only thing is, it's not going to be cold DMs. I will find you people. I will nurture your audience. I will get them familiar with who you are. I just need you to have conversations. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people overcomplicate it. If you don't have a massive 100,000 followers of people who are just beating down your door to talk to you, it's really hard to just post content and have people flood your DMs waiting to work with you. You need to go out and talk to them. You need to go out and see what they're going through. You need to understand their problems. You need to get them on sales calls. That's how you close people. So he was sending DMs every single day. I was bringing the traffic with the content and the ads. And that's the biggest part of how he booked those 108 calls, was that we had people coming in. He already has an audience. Even though he had an audience already of about 7,000 people before we started working together, we could bring extra people in to pour gas on the fire. And now the last portion of this equation is a video sales letter. So I'm gonna let this play a little bit.
Are you a dad who wants to lose weight and get in better shape? Does it ever feel like your busy schedule and having to manage your entire family keeps getting in the way of your motivation to hit the gym? Maybe you have a good week or two, but almost always end up falling off track and losing your momentum, right?
Okay, now, first 14 seconds. What do you notice? We're getting very specific. Noticing a theme here? The more specific you get, the easier it is to sell people, because you need to understand their problems better than they do. They need to feel like you are entering the conversation they have with themselves in their head every single day. The way to stand out, the way to be unique, I'm gonna repeat this a lot, is to understand a specific person's problems. And so now when he's booking calls, instead of just saying like, hey, do you wanna meet at this day on this time? He says, hey, you can grab a time on my calendar here, sends them to this landing page. Are you ready to lose 20 pounds and 5-10% body fat without having to starve yourself to live in the gym? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, there's this free video. It's 5 to 6 minutes. It's 6:45, yes, not 5 minutes. I'm gonna watch it. They watch it, it warms them up. Boom, book a 10-minute coaching call. That's the funnel. I know there's a popular piece of advice going around now that you don't need funnels to book calls as an online trainer, and that's not true. A funnel is any sales system that gets people from a viewer to a buyer, and that could literally be as easy as content DM sales call. It could be something like ads DM sales call, or it could be ads and content DM VSL. Whatever your system is, it doesn't matter what is in the system. All that matters is, do you know how to talk to your target audience? Do you have a valuable offer? Are you capable of creating content that's going to draw them in and get them closer to booking a sales call for you? Once you figure out your offer and what specific transformation you're providing, it becomes a lot easier to build these systems out based on what you're already seeing in the market. That's the whole process of how we booked Kim Kershaw 108 calls in just 14 weeks. Remember to subscribe, like this video, drop a comment, and if you want more videos like this, or if you even have ideas of what you'd like to see from me in the future, please drop them below in the comment section. Talk later. Peace out.